Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a market close. This is a bonus market close that yesterday JJ wanted to know if we could throw the little deal on to, get a couple of memberships going. And in exchange, you guys get an extra market close. Oh, well, he definitely had a plan. We're here. We did it. It's great. This is going to be fun. Okay, the market. We got a lot of things. We got the market. We got the Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong. So we got a few things to talk about. Let's start with the market. The market, it's kind of weird. After everything that happened on the weekend, I was expecting a nice red start to the market today. We ended in the red. We're in the red pretty deep, but we kind of had a bait and switch. It's like they let us have a little bit of green to start the day. And once everybody was sort of like, and even I was at the point of saying, oh my gosh, how could I have been so wrong about what's going to happen to the market today? And then the bears, they came in and yanked the rug out right from underneath us. We're back in the red. It's not, it's not as bad as I think me, Kevin, on the weekend was saying, COVID low type things. It's not that bad at all. So we do have a red market. Hence, of course, those of you who remember, I got the red lights on back there just for that little red market. So, we're gonna chug along. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about as well crypto. Well, I'm gonna say crypto because it wasn't just Bitcoin ETFs that were approved in Hong Kong. They also approved Ethereum ETFs as well. So they're getting kind of like the full Kabuli over there, which is kind of fun. All right, let's start off right away with taking a quick look at the markets. I'm gonna just pull this all up because, as you guys know, it's still unfolding. Right now, we have the TSX is down almost a full percent. S&P 500 is down 1.2%. The NASDAQ down 1.6%. So pretty green. Now, gold and silver and oil all doing fine. They're all up there. But Bitcoin not doing so well. Bitcoin is down 3.62%, which is funny because a lot of people were thinking, okay, Hong Kong, Bitcoin spot ETFs being approved, that's going to be great for the price of Bitcoin. Well, it really hasn't done anything as of yet, but we'll talk more about that, of course, as we move on. Moving to the heat map, it's definitely a heat map because let me tell you, it is red. There's a lot of red coming off of that heat map. Mostly, yeah, all the banks, pretty much almost anything I point at is going to be red, except for look at this. Look at the retail. So Alimentation Couche-Tard's in the green, Loblaws, Dollarama. What's Canadian Tire? We never talk about Canadian Tire. So Canadian Tire is just down a little bit. They haven't had a good run. They haven't had a good run at all. But yeah, let's take a look at America. Let's switch to the US maps. Once again, same story. Red, 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 red. We got Microsoft down, Apple, Nvidia. Tesla is really down. Now, part of that with Tesla is they announced that they're actually going to lay off about 10% of their staff. So that is not good on Tesla. So if you thought Tesla couldn't go any lower, yeah, they can, and they have. So we'll have to see what's happening with Tesla. But once again, Tesla is that company that always finds a way to get back. So this might be a good DCAing opportunity, but you might need some patience. You might need some patience with Tesla because they are, yeah, they're kind of owning the red. Yeah, so that's fine and dandy. Crypto, let's pull it up. Get ready for more red, folks. Here we go. So look at this. Pretty much red across most coins. Bitcoin down 3.24%. Look at Porcelana is down 8.17%. So yeah, we got a lot of red on the market. Now it's interesting There are, and this is that new screen, that new ETF screen. So before the show started, I wanted to just pull it up and see what ETFs actually are doing good today. And there are some, like, look at this. Purpose Silver Bitcoin, sorry, Purpose Silver Bullion ETF. They're up 16%. North Resources up. Look at this. M Split. There's a split core that's up. Not too bad. Yeah. Oh, and here's like the iShares energy. So energy's doing well, as you know, that's pretty good. I'm happy with it. So we got a little bit of things. We got things doing up, doing up. We have things going up on that side. But of course, we scroll down here and you'll see we've got a lot of, okay, we have a lot of green, but how big is this friggin' list? It's really big. I'll just change the direction here. Give me a second here. There, we'll just do it this way here. So this way here, we can look at, get back up to the top here. Oh, we're still going in the wrong direction. All right, here. Gonna get myself all the way. I messed this whole thing up, didn't I? Oh, yeah. Oh, fun. Okay. Well, okay. It's because I'm using this. I have two mice. One mice, I have to scroll in one direction to get where I want to go. The other mouse, I have to scroll in the exact opposite direction to do the same thing. So I was thinking I was on the other mouse, but actually not that bad. Now, these here, these beta ones like HNU, those are inverse. So oil's doing well. You can see this one's not, because when oil does well, an inverse ETF on oil is going to do the exact opposite. And there's Ethy. Ethy's doing bad because, you know, pretty big crash. Crypto, I mean, overall, I think the altcoins got hurt a lot more than Bitcoin in this crash. So just something to keep in mind. All right, let's, give me a second. We'll pull this back. All right. Good Vibes is in the house. And we got Jungle Eddie in here saying, Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light. There we go. Yeah, good old red light. So that's been what's going on. Now, let's talk a little bit about, we got time right now. We can do it. We're going to talk about Hong Kong. So basically, they approved the launch of some spot Bitcoin and some Ether exchange traded funds, so ETFs, of course. We all knew this was coming, and we talked about it a bit on the weekend. Now, China AMC, let's see, China AMC, Harvest Global, and Bosera International. Those are some of the top names that were given the green light to issue some of these ETFs. Now, here's the interesting thing with Hong Kong. Mainland China still has a crypto ban. So mainland China, they're not selling these ETFs, but it's kind of neat. Hong Kong is sort of trying to set themselves up as being like a crypto hub. Think of Dubai. So kind of like they're sort of looking at Dubai and saying, well, we can be like that as well. And this is a step in that direction. So it's going to be really, really, really interesting. Seeing if there's anything else here. There's really nothing else really about this yet at this point, but we'll have to watch and see. Now, they're not going to, like this, like I said, remember I said that this didn't really have that much of an impact on the market, and it hasn't. Because right now, even the inflow that these ETFs in Hong Kong are going to have are going to be minuscule compared to what right now the US spot ETFs are buying up. So right now, and here's the thing, right now we're in this situation where, you know, a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin, they're seeing what's happened here this week, and they're like, oh God, this is not going well. But this is actually normal. One of the normal things just before the halving in the past is there's always been a bit of a retracement before the halving. And then, you know, it does its own consolidation after the halving. And then normally the real price gains pick up usually about a month to 2 months after that halving. So, you know, we got a lot of time. We got a lot of time on our hands. Nine says, thought this red day would be worse. Yeah. Here's the thing, and I mentioned this yesterday. Our market, the market itself, it has priced in a lot of the uncertainty in the world right now. Everything that's going on, the market's aware of it. We're kind of used to, well, we've been really, well, here's the thing. Look at everything that happened, like everything that happened between like Israel and Hamas. That really didn't hurt the market as much as I thought it was going to. So it really seems that ever since Russia went into Ukraine and a lot of the instabilities that have been going on since then, it kind of feels like the market's just kind of saying, "Yeah, yeah, it's Monday. It's just another Monday," and so it's not a reacting. Now, this is to me, it's not that's not a bad thing. I like seeing the market being a lot more stable, and it could have been much worse. And well, here's the thing, though. I do want to put one thing out there. So when you're looking at like the TSX right now being down 0.72%, that's 0.72% in addition to whatever it went down on Friday. So when we're looking at it this way, um, we're lower now than we were on Friday. So the deals are better today than they were on Friday. Now, here's my question to you guys. Did you take advantage of any deals today? Did you buy anything? Um, I did buy for the 0 to 100K challenge. I did go in and use that money that came in through the supers yesterday to purchase another share of Bird Construction. If you guys remember Bird Construction from my last list, I was like, yeah, I need this in the challenge. It's a great stock. So yeah, I was able to average down a little bit, which is cool. I mean, I only had enough in the challenge to buy one more, but it's every little bit helps. Every little bit helps when you're building a TFSA from scratch. So I look at it that way. Paul says, "Happy Monday with a stomach bug since Sunday morning. I called in sick to work today. Yikes!" And you just started it. This is one of those things I do not like. When I start a new job, I do my best to not call in sick for at least the first 3 months. But yeah, I mean, in this case here, sometimes you don't have a choice. But I do hate being sick in that first 3 months. That's for sure. JJ says, "Hey, hey, y'all." Hey, JJ. So JJ is the hero of yesterday who brought this extra market close to you guys this week. So that's kind of fantastic. And I'm paying attention because where JJ sponsored this one, I need to make sure I get that bell on time. So I'm paying attention totally. Nine says, "Yeah, I thought the October 7th thing would tank the market." Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that, and I think it's just that whole thing, we're getting so used to it because all of these things that happen on the market, it's all psychology. It's all how people are reacting. So I think what's happening right now is we're so used to war going on and craziness all over the place. We've been hardened by a war, a pandemic. We're ready for anything, and so we're not overreacting now. Here is the thing. Israel is still planning, of course, a retaliation on Iran. And if they go overboard with it, then we may see the market get a little bit more worried. Now, I know the U.S. has kind of advised Israel to just take the W and say, "Hey, look, you guys tried to hurt us. You didn't. You failed. We won. Bye-bye." That's kind of the stance that the U.S. would like Israel to take. Israel's probably not going to take it, but I wish they would. I would be happy if they would. But it really boils down to, I mean, the fact that Iran basically they didn't try very hard. I mean, they pretty much told everybody, "Yeah, it's coming, giving you plenty of time to shoot this stuff down out of the sky." It's almost like they just did it as a sort of more of a symbolic thing than anything else. So you have to take that into consideration. Iran doesn't want this war, I don't think. At least at this point in their history, they don't. Iran loves to talk the big game, though, and this was for them just a symbol. But we have to see now. The ball is in Israel's court, and Hopefully they do something lame when it comes to the retaliation, something that Iran can then say, okay, yeah, okay, we've been punished. We're good. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll have to see when that happens, of course. JJ says, I'm currently working, so probably won't be contributing much. Okay, well, fair enough, fair enough. But at least we're the background to your work, I think, which is great. Paul said, I bought more BTC and a couple others. Okay, so took advantage. So the crypto went down quite a bit. So if you were looking for an entry point into Bitcoin, well, yesterday would have been the best day, but it's still down a pretty penny right now. And here we go, bell time. Haha, I did not miss it this time. Well, okay, well, I was about 15 seconds late, but we'll leave it that way. JJ says was kind of disappointed with the market drop. It's kind of funny. It's funny, right? We're always talking about, oh, we love a great market. And then it drops. We get a red day like this, and we're like, it just didn't drop far enough. So yeah. And it's that whole not many deals. So it's always good to have, a half decent drop so we can get some pretty good deals on the market. Yeah, less than 60 seconds. I got it. All right, let's quickly just go back. We'll close out our last look at the market, seeing where things ended up. So yes, once again, look at this. TSX down 0.73%, S&P 500 1.2%, the NASDAQ 1.67%. Now, keep in mind, you'll notice that this here is changing still a little bit. And part of the reason for that is, there is after-hour tradings. I think it does reflect a little bit on the NASDAQ, but that's fine. For us, for all intents and purposes, for us, the market is completely over. It's done. It's kaboosh. Gold and silver. Silver's really been a bit of a sterling. Haha. They've been a little bit of a starling, as in they've been doing really, really well. Like, look at that, up 3.63%. And let's just pull up. Here we go. This is the silver chart. And I'm going to move, it's on the 1 hour. Let's move it to just the 1 day. And yeah, we'll just bring it down. So since about right here, since about February, silver has been on this tear going up. So just one of those things to keep in mind. Those of you who do like your silver, you're finally getting rewarded. Now look at this. It's been a while. I mean, since silver hasn't been as high as it is right now for a bit, but it's good. Let's keep it going. I think a lot of analysts are believing that gold and silver are going to be going up pretty much through the rest of this year. So that's something to keep in mind. All right. Our final look at the heat maps. There we go. Once again, red. I don't like seeing C and Q in the red, though. I've been getting really stoked with some of the movement on C and Q. So take a look here to show you. So C and Q, they've been on this nice little tear here. They're coming back down, but hopefully later this week we can start moving back up again. I'd love to see C and Q break that 120 mark. I would love to see that. I mean, well, heck, even 115 at this point. But yeah, let's see what happens with CNQ. All right, there we go. You know what we haven't looked at for a while? Okay, we'll do that in a second. We'll finish up this one here, the US one. So once again, red all around. I don't see too much except there's something green down here. I don't know what this is. Let's find out what this is. Centene Corporation. And well, yeah, they had a little bit of a jump up here. I do not know what they do. Oh, well, here it is. They're a healthcare enterprise. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Let me get out of that. And as I said, cryptocurrency, nice and red, right across the board. Holy banana bread. What can we do? Yeah, it's kind of that fun little thing. So, all right, let me get rid of that now that we've closed out that part. We got Vineet in here. Hi, everyone. I feel better finally after 10 days at least. Oh, that's good because I know you said yesterday that you were still feeling a little ill. So good to see that it is that you're on the mend and you're feeling a whole bunch better. That's huge. So that is definitely huge. All right. Whew. So we also have I'm just trying to think here. So it's kind of interesting right now when you're looking at crypto itself. Crypto is kind of in that situation. So let's find out exactly here. Give me a second here. I'm going to pull this up here and see if I can find it. I probably should have had this on my screen already, but let's see how long we currently have for the halving. Here we go. Here we go. Here is my my countdown. I'm going to pull this up here. All right. This is our halving countdown. So 4 days, 7 hours, 30 minutes, and 9 seconds. So there we go. 4 days. So that's still coming out at, April 20th. So that's going to be kind of exciting. So, yeah, definitely. As I said, when we do hit the halving, it's not going to be a situation where everybody is going to just be like, Bitcoin flies immediately to the moon. Not going to happen. In fact, there could be some people who are anticipating that. And when they start to see things not going to the moon, might actually sell out. So we could still get a little bit of a correction at the halving. But once things settle down, usually, like I said, usually about a month to 2 months, that's when you start to get some of the crazier growth. At least we have in the past. Now, one of the things that people are always saying is that, yeah, you know what? It's different this time. These spot Bitcoin ETFs, they're eating up all the Bitcoin. They're creating the point where exchanges are like, we don't have enough Bitcoin on the exchange. So we kind of have to look at it that way as well. So we're going to, we're going to have to see how all this sort of flies. Paul's in the house. Hello, hope everyone is enjoying this sunshine. Well, here I got a cloudy day. I got no sun at all. It's just cloudy here in Ottawa. So kind of dreary, kind of dull. 9 says, do the US BTC spot ETFs pay dividends? No, they do not. The only one I know of is that purpose high yield right now. So the BTCH, and that's using covered calls to basically generate premiums to use that as income to pay, basically to pay you for holding it. But with that being said, I would not be surprised to see one of these, one of these sort of covered call companies or groups, or even a company like YieldMax get into it. I mean, it depends. Like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's just gonna happen. It just hasn't happened yet. Paul says Bitcoin has a greater chance of going up than TELUS going above $34 from April 2022. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, Bitcoin is probably gonna go up. PT. Oh, did I said H? Yeah, you're right, JJ. BTCY is what I meant. I think I said, I said BTCH. I meant BTCY. And there's also ETH, so ETHY. That's the Ethereum one as well. So you can make dividends on Ethereum as well. Let's see. Oh, and for Vineet, JJ is happy that you're feeling much better today. So that's always fantastic. We gotta love it when that happens. So holy banana bread. What a day. This is going to be a fun week. A couple of reasons. We got this market close. We got another market close on Wednesday. Tomorrow we got a video coming out, and oh, you know what? I can actually show you guys this. Let me take a look. Now, the channel members have already seen this. Oh, where do I want to go here? Oh, that's the market close one here. Here we go. So here's the thumbnail for this one. Golden stocks. So basically tomorrow, the video that is dropping, for those of you not channel members, you can go watch it right now if you want. Well, wait till the stream's over. But yeah, so that's coming out. We're looking at 5 gold stocks. Like when I say gold stocks, we're talking about mining. So we're looking at some mining stocks because as gold continues to go up, and it is predicted to go up through the rest of the year, that bodes well for a lot of these gold stocks. These gold mining stocks. I keep looking, I see golden stocks. So I just want to say gold stocks, gold stocks. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So anyway, that is that video. It is coming out tomorrow. It's already uploaded. So like I said, channel members, you guys can go watch it. Usually about a day early. The channel members get to watch their watch the videos. I do still have to put up a vote for the Friday deep dive. I'm going to do that actually as soon as this stream is over. I'm going to put that up so tonight, as early as tonight on the community tab, you'll be able to do your voting for the next deep dive. So that's going to be exciting. I think it's a regular one. I think the next week after this one is the ETF one. Well, I could be wrong. Let's find out because I'll show you guys here. We're here. We might as well watch me do what I do. Let's go over here to the YouTube schedule. Let's see. Market close. Deep dive. I didn't actually specify. Okay, let's specify it right now. So the April 26th one will be an ETF deep dive. There we go. Bang, done. It's in there. Oh, and just for JJ, on the schedule, I actually put thanks, JJ, on the market close as well. Because it's like, hey, you know what? He made it happen. He maneuvered it. He maneuvered me into doing this one. But I don't mind. It's always fun. I find these a lot of fun. So that's kind of cool. All right. Let me bring back my full head again. Vineet says, thank you so much, Candace and JJ, Pandy. It definitely means a lot. I can feel the love. Okay, I think that means love. It's a black heart, so it could mean a lot of different things, but we'll go with that. Paul says, my Wealthsimple account is down about 2% today. How about everyone else's? What are you guys experiencing? I honestly don't know. I'm one of these people. I never obsess. Like a lot of people obsess. So they're like, oh my God, I'm down 2% today. I'm like, I don't care how much I'm down. Because, I look at it this way. If it's something I'm holding, like, especially if it's a long-term account, it really doesn't matter how much I'm down day to day. What does matter is how much gains I've made over longer periods of time. So, that's one of those things. Paul says, so the BTCY and the ETHY came out at the wrong time in December 2nd or 3rd, in December 2 or 3 years again when the bear market started. Yeah, that was really bad timing. So it's a situation where if you bought and, heck, you know what? Let me show you. Let me just show you. We'll actually use, all right, Bitcoin halving. We're going to leave you right now. I'm going to take you guys over to the TMX website. All right, we'll go to TMX Money. We'll just use the Bitcoin one. BTCY. There we go. We're going to pull this up. We'll just hit the 5-year here because this will show everything. So this is where they launched. Just Bitcoin was pretty much close to it was right around the time of the Bitcoin all-time high. But then Bitcoin crashed. So if you invested when these things came out, and a lot of people did, you bought in at like $9.41, or maybe you were lucky enough and you got in when it retraced a little bit to 660. But the people who bought when it first came out, look at this. You at one point made it all the way down to $2.55. That's a massive loss. Massive loss. And even now, here's the thing. And this is kind of one of the, I guess, I don't want to call it the dangers of covered calls, but it's more of a reality. So even now, if you look, It's gotten up to 695. So yeah, roughly there. Or actually 704 was the high. It made it back to 704. Here's the thing. The Bitcoin all-time high is bigger than it was here, but yet we're at a lower price. So that does happen with something like this. So you kind of have to, this is what I like to say. I like to be strategic about things. So, I do have this currently in the challenge, but it's not going to be in the challenge forever. I'm probably just going to ride part of the bull market with it. Um, and then I'll probably move it over to a different Bitcoin product at that point. Because when this crashes, it's not going to recover as much, kind of like this. It crashed, never quite recovered that full amount. So when it looks like we're getting towards the end of the Bitcoin bull market, and that's going to be, in my opinion, that's going to be around the end of the year, maybe, might even be January, February of next year. That's when I'll be looking to move out of this. So I'm going to enjoy all of the dividends and the growth there, but I will definitely move out of that at that point. Probably, we'll look at what's going on in the market at the time. So it's kind of that thing. When you're looking at, especially with this challenge here, where I'm trying to get this thing up to 100,000 on a limited amount of money going into it, I got to start using, using the old opportunities in the market to start generating some stuff within it. And that's kind of cool because then you guys get to sort of see some of the moves that I'll start making. Once right now, it's still kind of in that, pulling in a foundation, trying to get its legs. But once we move probably towards the summer, we'll start doing a few different things, which will be kind of cool. Paul says, who is buying a $500 share of Blossom? I am not going to. So yes, Blossom, as you guys know, that's the social media app for people in the finance industry. So not even the industry, but if you're into finance, that's a social media app for you. Now they are doing basically allowing people who want to get in on it, to basically, it's like you're like an investor, except for it's not open. It's not like they I was going to say NCO'd. It's not like they IPO'd. So it's kind of like, normally to do this, you kind of have to be an accredited investor to get into companies like that. So they're doing it through a third party that's allowing people to get in and actually invest as they're raising some money. I think it's a good opportunity. But at the same time, you know what? There's so many different ways you can make money. Like, you don't have to get in on stuff like this. So I think that's absolutely cool. JJ says, "Oh, that's sweet." Oh, right, the thing. Jerry says SQQQ is up 5%. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that right now. SQQQ. There we go. So that's the Pro Shares Trust. All right, we're just pulling this up. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is just a 5-day. Let's just go to like the 3-month. Okay, well, it hasn't had a good run until lately. But yeah, that's a good move. That's a good move up. So yeah, absolutely. Now, take a look here. Now, you do have a nice yield on this one here. So 9.523%. So not too shabby, not too shabby. It doesn't tell me what the distribution here is. So I don't know if it's monthly. Well, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I've never actually invested in this, but let's see. The fund invest. Yeah. So definitely interesting. Well, Jerry, is this a monthly payer? I'm going to assume that it is, but just confirm that. Like I said, I haven't really had an opportunity to play with them. All right. Paul is saying, my account is too volatile to worry about. There we go. Absolutely. I have seen all-time values, then back to cost, then all-time highs and back again. Exactly. I mean, that's the way the market moves. The markets, you're going to have highs, you're going to have lows, the best days, the worst days, all that fun stuff. But it's what happens over the length of time of your journey. So, you want to be, when you're looking at it day to day, yeah, it's going to be up and down. It's going to behave, well, it's going to behave a lot like this. Like it might move down or you might be moving forward and then go up. That's just the way it is. That's kind of the way the market works. One of the reasons that, I'm always talking about dollar cost averaging. It's one of the reasons that dollar cost averaging is so successful because it gives you a nice true value of your asset. And that value, when you look at almost anything, like let's look at a bigger company. Um let's look at Coke. We'll look at Coke. Why not? I was just thinking, what's a big company? Let's look at Coke here. All right, now let's go out to, I'm just going to grab the 20-year chart. Here we go. Wow, look at this. So, I mean, that looks pretty darn flat, but it's actually not that flat. But I mean, just looking at it from about 2015, you can see that it is going up. But imagine if you invested here and then you're going down for a long time. So if you invested here, so that's like, all right, we'll say right about here. So if you had invested in July of 2017, it pretty much went down until May of 2018. So almost a year, you would have seen nothing but red in your portfolio. But then look what happens. All of a sudden, bang, and then you're back down, but then bang. So it's just the way that things work. So when you're looking, like if you're that long-term holder, and I know Buffett loves Coke. So, he's not worried about this. He's not worried about that. He's not worried about these little dips or these little dips. What he's worried about is, if I buy here, where's it going to be here? It's going to be way up there. Fantastic. Great. So it's kind of that neat little thing. All right. I'll pull this away here for a moment. Jungle says, no buying the dip for me. I am DCAing into VFV and XQQ biweekly. There we go. DCAing, that works. And VFA and VFV, so that's Vanguard. Well, you know what? I pulled this away too soon. Let me show you guys. Because those of you who don't, oops, where we go? Where is my, oh, there we are. All right, VFV. All right, so this here is basically the S&P 500 ETF, right, by Vanguard. So Vanguard is pretty darn awesome. So let's just, we'll just look at the 10-year. We don't need to really go up. But I mean, here, look at this. Guess what that is? COVID. So that's kind of that thing. You can see COVID from anywhere. And when people were saying, oh, we're going to get a COVID drop today, it's like, no, look at this. Look at this. That's a massive, massive drop. And it's actually funny. This little block in March of 2020, they actually are calling it a slight recession, a small recession, like bang, probably the smallest recession we've ever had. But when you look at this, I mean, you are getting your returns. Look at it this way. Like if you had invested in just before COVID, $79 a share in VFV, and right now you would be up at $123.80. Vanguard also has a small dividend. It's not that big. It's like 1.089% quarterly. But even then, with Vanguard, you're not really there for that dividend. You're there because it's going to give you that consistent growth. So when somebody is brand new and comes into the market and they're like, well, I'm just going to buy the Vanguard ETF. It's like, fantastic. Great. You're going to do well over time. That's just the way it works. But, it is a very, very good, reliable ETF. And I will show you. Here's an interesting thing. If you're looking on the US side, we have VOO. There we are. And that is pretty much the exact same thing. I'll pull up the 10-year. Well, apparently in the US, it's been classified as top secret. I'm thinking, that's weird. Why am I not seeing that? I'm just going to load it again. Here we go. All right, let's see. There's some issue on the website causing it. I don't know why. Um, that's fine. Let's go to we'll go to Yahoo Finance. Here we go. Yahoo Finance. We'll look at a VOO. There we go. And see, there we go. We have our chart here. We'll go full screen on that. We'll just hit max on this. So you can see, once again, look at this. It's the same thing. There's that COVID drop right there. But yeah, it's now, remember how I mentioned sometimes it's perspective? Like if you had bought right here at around the end of December, just as we were heading into the bear market, yeah, you're going to see red in your portfolio for a while until pretty much October. So here's that funny thing. So this was the bear market from here to here. You can see that little bit there. That was a bear market. This here is this is our recovery, and mathematically, yeah, mathematically, you could call it a bull market. You could. I don't think we're in a full bull market at this point, but you know, you could mathematically say, yeah, look at this. So always a good thing. All right, there we go. Now I will I'll move it away once again. Prairie says, afternoon, everyone at work, late to the stream, but made it. Very well, very well. Good to see you. Paul said, if you buy $500 for Blossom, do they give you free pro membership? Ooh, that's a good question. I do not know the answer, but I'll have to find that out. I'll have to find that out. You would think they I don't, well, you would think that that would be a good idea. I don't know if they've even thought about it, to be honest, but yeah. Paul says the only crypto up today is Doge. Doge. Bleak's in the house with a hey. Hello, Bleak. Good to see you. Bismarcky says, good afternoon, all. Made it home from work. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right, and here comes Jerry to give us more information on this SQQQ. So they have a dividend yield of like 9.53% and paid 104 per share in the past year. The dividend is paid. Oh, okay, there we go. So it's not monthly. The reason there was nothing listed there is it's one of these weird ones. So every 6 months, so biannual. The last ex-dividend date was March 20th. So there you go. If you get in on SQQQ, you're not going to get a dividend for a while because, you know, you've got about 6 months for the next ex-dividend date. So, well, not a full 6 months, but probably like 5 months and a bit. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. Good old SQQQ. All right. Oh my gosh. I've got a full cup of coffee here. I have not yet jumped on this. That's good. That is good. Thank you, Starbucks, for that mug. Now here's an interesting thing. I find this one very interesting. So Paul says bought some ENCL today on sale. Really? And that's kind of funny because I thought that with oil not really being in the red, as you know, I didn't think ENC. Well, then again, you see, this is the thing. Just because oil is in the green doesn't necessarily mean that the companies that are within that ETF are all going to be in the green. But yeah, if you got yourself a deal, that's fantastic. I love it. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, especially with, and here's that thing, because they employ leverage as well, when things are going wrong on that ETF, it probably drops down a little bit further. So maybe maybe that's why I'm not seeing it in my head as how far it should have been down. So you might have got a better deal because of the leverage part. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. Awesome. All right. Okay, guys. Yeah, we've been here for 43 minutes. If you guys get some more questions, throw them in because I would certainly love to go longer if you guys have the questions. Let me see here. We did cover the ETF, the Bitcoin, Hong Kong, and we did cover what's going on over there in the Middle East. Right now, there's nothing really new on inflation at this point. So we're going to have to wait until we can actually get until we can get some more data, really. So we need more CPIs to come out. See if things are going to turn themselves around in the US. I think we're going to get one more sticky CPI for the US, and then things will start to look a little better after that. But I think that when we do get that one sticky, the next sticky CPI, people will collectively lose their, lose their stuff because they're not going to like it. They're not going to like it. Can you do a deep dive on QQQY evolve eventually? All right. Let me show you guys something here. So over in the Discord, we do have a couple of things here. So this is the deep dive requests. Always, if you got a deep dive and I'm not around, just come over to Discord, throw it in here. I will pull it out and add it to the pool. So, all right, this is the pool. Let me do the edit here. And we've got triple QY. QQQY. There we go. So it is now in the pool, so it will get done. Well, it'll get voted on. It will get, yeah. So hopefully. And here's this thing. Sometimes there's some companies that I really would love to do, but they sort of squeeze through and they don't make it. So I'm like, no. But I am, and look at this, the pool right now. I've got a few companies in here, but not a lot. So I need suggestions, guys. I need you guys to start throwing things down. I'm in the pool right now. If you guys have a couple of companies you want done, tell me right now. I will add them right here on the live, and that way there we can certainly do that. And we can do that, put that in there and get them up faster. Plus, I can see if you're a channel member. So channel members do get moved up to the front of the pack. Okay, and JJ is pretty bullish on QQQY. Yes, absolutely. Anything with Qs, it's NASDAQ. So that's going to be good. Jonathan says, remember to do your mountain finance duty and vote for your stock. Yeah, absolutely. And even if your stock isn't winning, if you're on week 3 and you're going to be removed next week, you want them to come in second, right? Because then I'll bring them back again. I'll bring them back. And also, even if your stock doesn't make it, so let's say I put up your stock, it just doesn't get the votes. You can throw it back. You can request it again, and I'll throw it back in the pool. Maybe the next time it comes up, folks will be a little bit more inclined. All right. Mary Finn says TOI. Let's throw that in there. Whoops, I got to hit my, whoops. I don't want to add a happy face. I want to put it, there we go. So here we go. TOI. Perfect. And I can see as well because, whoops, I jumped to Prairie. I'll get to you in a second, Prairie. Mary has the green, so she is a channel member as well. So I'm going to I put a little CM in brackets after it. You'll see like here. So that means I know that one has higher priority. So, one of those extra little perks of being a channel member. Prairie said, whoops, bring them back up. Listening to the stream from the beginning, agree with JJ, bit disappointed with how little the market dropped. Yeah. Well, here's that, and this is the thing. I'm not trying to toot my own horn because it didn't drop as much as I thought it was going to drop. But when I was listening to other financial YouTubers talking about how bad Monday was going to be, I was like, no, it's not going to be that bad. It's going to be red. I thought it would be a little more red than it was, but and I did not expect the green start. So in the morning, everything was nice and green for a bit. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. I was like, holy banana bread. I'm going to be eating some crow on this stream today because, this is not the red I was expecting. And even so, yeah, I did think it was going to go a little more to the red, but it didn't. So that's fine. That's fine. And here's the thing, to me, it doesn't matter. Like if you are an investor, you're going to be wrong a lot. Every investor is. it doesn't matter if you have a YouTube channel or if you're the smartest investor on the planet, you're still going to be wrong quite a bit. It's just kind of the nature of the beast because, you can't predict the future. What you can do is probabilities. You can look at the probabilities. So it was actually really interesting. So when Bitcoin crashed this weekend, there was, it actually did break out of a very big pattern that normally has about a 70% chance of it going up. It didn't, though. It went down. Now, mind you, and this is what I'm putting this in. You technically this whole Iran-Israel thing was a black swan, not a big black swan, a little black swan, like a baby black swan. There's that. What do you call a baby swan? Are those like ducklings as well? So a baby black duckling swan event? I don't know. So anyway, it was something of that nature. So it was one of them situations where it's like, no matter how good you are, no matter how right you think you've called the market, you can have something that comes along like that and just completely throw you off your game, and make you almost at the end saying, huh, what just happened? It does happen, and it's going to happen. But here's the thing: the successful investors are the ones who are the right more than they're wrong. That's it. As long as you're right more than 50% of the time, you're probably going to be a successful investor. And that's the thing. And one of the skills, and especially newer investors need to learn, is how to handle being wrong. So a lot of times people are like, it's like, oh, it's the system. The system's just geared against us. The institutional investors just completely messed me up. No, it's not it. If you're wrong, you just take ownership of it. You say, yep, I made the wrong call. Oh, well, let's make a better call next time. So take it with and even then, if you get something like the Black Swan event, there's nothing you can do. And when you are using like something like technical analysis, if it's telling you you have a 70% chance of being right, well, yeah, that means you have a 70% chance of being right. And that other 30%, yeah, it does happen. And, you're going to be wrong. It's one of the reasons, like, you take somebody who day trades, you're basically with day trading, to be successful, you need to be right more than 50%. Because you're going to have a lot of trades that just absolutely go bang down. There's nothing you can do about it. But you want to be smart, right? So when a trade is, when it is going down because you made a bad trade, nothing wrong with that. You want to be, you want to have a plan. So for example, stop losses. So that way you're not going to just like, go down crazy. Like, let's say if you're playing, like if you've got a scalping strategies where you're playing pips, a pip being 1 penny is a pip. So like if you're buying 1,000 shares in something, 1 pip is basically $10. So when it goes up a penny, you're making $10. So that's kind of cool. So what you want is when it does go down is that you're going to say, okay, I don't want it to go any more than maybe 5 pips. So you can't lose more than $50. That way there, because if you don't stop it and you just let it go, you can lose a lot of money really fast, and then or you can get into that situation where you're tied up and you're like, oh, there's no way I'm going to take that loss. I'm just going to wait it out. Well, yeah, but then that capital is tied up and you can't make any more money on the side. So sometimes, and this is kind of what happens with day trading. So if you're like saying, okay, well, yeah, if I'm wrong, I'll take 5 pips maybe, and then I'll have a stop loss. That way there you can get back into the game and you can start, you have to make up those 5 pips you lost. But, let's say your next good trade goes up, 6 or 7 pips, then you're up 0.2 pips, so basically in that case, in that example, you're up like $20. So just a little thing to sort of put in, just to put it in there. JJ says, NASDAQ was even green today. I was like, damn. Yeah, yeah. But it finished in the red. It finished in the red. Actually, I think it was pretty good in the red here. Let me take a look here once again. Yeah, so it finished a full 1.65%. So at least on the second half of the day, things looked a little bit better when it comes to that. Oh. All right, I'm gonna get back to you in a second, Roku. Jerry says baby swans are called cygnets. Okay. Neat. I did not know that. I did not know that. So a black signet event. We can call it that. Oh dear. All right. Roku from Stittsville, not far away from here, says got busy doing other stuff and missed my buy of BKCL by 40 seconds. Hopefully grab it in the morning. Oh yeah. It's one of those things. I know as well. I have a trade. I had sold my Bitcoin ETF. So I made a sale. Then I was trying to get a buy point back in, and it did not get there. So now I'm going to be sitting overnight with looking for a new buy. So I'm hoping this is just me, but if Bitcoin were to crash overnight, that would be really nice for me. Not to say that I'm like sitting here going, please crash. But if it did crash, I would get in at a lower entry point for starting for tomorrow. So that would not be a bad thing per se. So just something to keep in mind. All right. Whew. Oh gosh, if you guys hear that bell off on the side, it's the kitten is scaling the tower. I can probably show you, I think. Oops, let's go big screen first. All right, there is the tower. There she is. She's climbing up the tower. Say hi. Hey, look at the camera. Okay. So yeah, she loves it up there. There we go. We'll just bring you back. Oops. Get out of the light. So yes, she has a little tower in my office. She actually at night, a lot of times at night she'll sleep in that tower. So, and then wake me up in the morning when she wants to eat. So that is always fun. All right, everybody. This has been another great little market close. I love doing these. It's a good hour with you guys, and it all is fun and fun. There's always news out there. So anyway. I will be back again on Wednesday. We'll do this all over again. We'll see what the market has for us. I'm sure that there's going to be something. And Paul, Paul, you're probably right. The Bitcoin. Oh, I almost said Bitcoin again. The Bitcoin gods, knowing you want to crash, will now go up. Yep, all-time high tonight. It's happening because I want it to go down a bit. Yeah, that would be my luck. But oh well, it would be interesting nonetheless. Mary says thanks. All right. Well, anyway, everybody, I will bid you guys. Oh, last person sneaking in. David Ride. Sorry, I'm late to the game. No worries, no worries. There's always the replay. Or there's Wednesday. There's always Wednesday as well. So we'll be back here on Wednesday. We'll have another market close. We'll have some fun, talk. We'll just do whatever. It'll be fantastic. Hopefully we'll have an interesting market. That would always be a fantastic thing. All right. I missed this trade. Oh, yes, it happens. It happens. Great show. Bye. Hit kike, everybody. So hit the kike button, turn it blue. That way there, it's a great way to sort of end the day. Take care. Have a good day. Bye, everybody. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.